What's up? Here with the I said it. I did it again. I'm the traditionalist. I got Brian, who's the. What are you? The. No, you're not the progressive. You're the You're not the. You're not Flo. You're
No, that's not what progressive means. Whatever.
You're the recent bias, and today we're doing a debate. First ever debate. Here on this. It might turn into an argument, but for right now, it's a debate between which is better. Hooters or Pennzoil? No. Can't you take or Mountain Dew and Pennzoil, as you can see. But no, we're doing a debate.
You can't drink Mountain Dew.
I can.
Drink Pennzoil.
Okay. Anyway, we're doing a debate today.
I'm sure Pennzoil is probably healthier.
We're doing a debate. New NASCAR versus old NASCAR. I got my gear on. This isn't really old gear. I don't know where my Dale Jr. shirt is. But I do have a hat of Dale Jr.'s, but I had to match. Got to go with the sponsor that he drove. He never drove a Hooters car. This is Chase Elliott. But you got to wear it. Whatever. Because Brian's got his stuff.
2018 championship car here.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't even want to look at it because it's so dumb.
You put it in one of your keynote presentations.
I did because I did it for you. That's a different story, though. Okay.
Fair to look at, whatever. All right.
New NASCAR versus old NASCAR. So NASCAR has gone through a lot of changes, adding new tracks, taking away older tracks, drivers retiring, the cars changing, sponsorships, TV, everything has seemingly changed over the last 5 to 10 years. Some people...
Everything's going to change next year. So once next year happens, it should be done with getting changes and you can rest.
Some people, like Brian here, like the changes, can adapt to the changes, do all that kind of stuff, just go along with whatever the flow,
I'm in a minority, apparently.
And people like me, okay, who can't accept the changes, they're thinking that it's ruining NASCAR, and people say, it's ruining it, they're changing it up too much. So today we're going to have a debate over that and see who's going to come out on top. And then at the end of the video, you can vote. Who's the winner? Me?
Are we going to have
Brian.
a poll on the community tab, or are we just going to go to comments?
Ooh, I could do a poll. I've never done a poll on a video before, but I could. Actually, since I know how to do stuff now with editing, so actually I could do that.
Alright, then vote on the poll.
So first thing we're gonna talk. So we didn't really split up the categories. Probably should have went over
Alright,
this.
let's talk about the chase and the playoff system first.
Okay.
And stages and all that.
No, okay, we can talk about stages. Stages need to go. Stages are done. They're stupid. They need to go. Everything. That's what I say, because first of all, you're basically splitting it up into 3 races. You're splitting it up into the first race, winner, second race, winner, and the third race, winner. And the first 2 stages are completely boring. They do absolutely nothing until the very end of the stage, when you take out 10, 20 good drivers, or people wreck for no freaking reason because it's the end of a stupid stage. It's the end of a stage. Why do you need to go and race hard for the end of a stage and then nobody's left for the end of the race? And then just these pit strategies and everything, it just screws up the entire complexity of the race. And it takes away points bonuses for leading the most laps or even leading a lap. There's no bonus points for those anymore. So what's the point? That's what I say. What's the point?
The point of stages is supposed to reward consistency. The whole pit strategy, it doesn't take away from complexity. It adds complexity. It makes it more intriguing for people who are watching. It's trying to get a new generation of people who want to see some sort of sticky ball analogy, comparison, whatnot. The chase is putting more emphasis on the last 10 races of the season. Duh. That's the goal.
We're not talking about the chase. We're talking about the stages right now. We'll talk about the chase next.
We're doing both.
Well, I didn't talk about the chase. I talked about just the stages.
Stages are there to improve the racing. Stages are there to keep drivers consistent the whole time. Stages are there just for that. They're not there for extra points. They're there for the playoff points. And you still get rewards for consistency during the regular season. You know, the top driver at the end of the first 26 races still gets 15 playoff points, you know. And where do I go? Where do I go next?
No, that where you're going is you're going nowhere because I'm about to reboot.
Your point about the debris cautions, all right?
Reboot, you know. Let me speak.
It's better. It's not a debris caution. It's a competition caution, and you don't have a problem with competition cautions, do you? They're scheduled ahead of time. They're clear to everyone how the format works. It's not like they're just throwing it randomly. They did not get rid of debris cautions for stages. There was an incident at Michigan. I don't know if it was spring or fall in 2017 where they where everyone got screwed on a debris caution that just kind of came out randomly, and that's why the debris cautions have declined because drivers have complained about them. That's not related to stages at all. You can talk now.
Okay. Stages. Yes, they replaced the debris cautions. Okay, as unnecessary as.
It's just coincidence that
No. This is my turn. So it replaces the debris caution so that they can bunch up the field, so that they can, make it more exciting for the fans, so that it doesn't look all stupidity like that. They're actually debris cautions. You have to throw in points, and you got to throw in that there's two of them and everything. Okay, I go back to what NASCAR did stages for was the 2016 Full of Honor Quick Trip 500 in Atlanta. There were only 2 caution flags all day. In a long race, there was nobody on the lead lap at the end of the race. But you know what? The driver got rewarded for the win because he won he led the most laps. He had the best car. He had the best pit strategy. Okay, and that's what drivers should be rewarded for. It's not these stupid stages or everything. Okay. It's so stupid. Why do you need to have cautions and brakes in the middle of the race? Okay, you don't. You have to reward on consistency, and you gotta reward excellence because long races without cautions are just as much of a marathon as races with cautions, and you gotta reward people for that. Okay. Okay.
They're getting more points than they would normally if they dominated the whole race. They're just 2 extra restarts. You can still win a caution fest just by restarting, staying in front and restarting every time. If your pit road crew is good, you can still stay out in front. But since he stays out in front, he ends up getting 20 additional points. And 2 playoff points that will help carry through the next few rounds that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Remember the 2016 Coca-Cola 600 where Martin Truex Jr. led 379 out of the 400 laps? Well, he would have gotten more additional points because we all know he led nearly every lap that entire race, and it was only green flag pit stops that changed that. So that's rewarding him. Excellent. That's giving him more points than he would have got normally. And the playoff points, they give you a cushion later on. Remember Kevin Harvick at Texas in 2018? He had docked 40 points because his car was encumbered. That's the word they use. It was encumbered. His win didn't count to advance to the Final Four. That 40-point cushion though meant he could still advance on points because he got so many during the regular season by winning 8 races.
Okay. Here's another point I got about stages. Okay, it is mathematically possible for the winning driver to have less points than the driver who finished in 4th place. How is the winner going to get rewarded less than the driver that finishes in 4th place? Huh?
You know what else? The Electoral College. You can win an election.
Yeah, this is not political. This is not political. We're not Republican.
Nobody tries to change it because we've always done the Electoral College. That's why we don't want changes. People like you don't want to move on to a better format. So, when you do move on to a better format that still rewards things, no, the Electoral College is broken, but nobody moves on from it because...
We don't move on from it because we don't know. We can't come up with a better system that the government wants. It's not about what the people want.
Just use the popular vote.
Well, no, because that's not what Congress wants. That's not what the president wants. That's not
It's what all the states want. And it's
Yeah,
what
but
people
they don't.
want.
Yeah, but they don't have the last say. That's the problem. Okay.
Actually, they do. They do. They're getting together in a pact where if they can get a majority of electoral votes, they're all going to vote for the popular vote leader once they get enough, and then they can rig the electoral college to vote for the popular vote. But going back to NASCAR, stages are there, stages are new. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not liked. All right. Okay, nobody likes them. Nope. Okay, good example of this. All right, a couple good examples actually of how stages are horrible is the 2017 Power Shares Triple Q 300 at Daytona and the 2017 Daytona 500. The 2018 Daytona 500. I'm going to use 2018.
2018 Daytona 500. What?
2018 Daytona 500 and the 2017 Power Shares Triple Q 300 at Daytona. Okay, I'll do it was an Xfinity race at Daytona a few years ago, right? And they were racing and stuff, and a big 19-car crash happened, 7 to go in the first stage.
Okay.
And they restart with 2 to go in the stage, and they don't even get a lap without 7 more cars crashing. And then there ended up being a third wreck that took out 8 more cars. Explain that? Because they had to race hard at the end of the stage and ended up ruining their entire...
In any plate race, with any format, as long as you have restrictor plates in drafting, that's going to happen. That's not a result of stages.
That's a result of drivers getting urgent for stage points. If there was no points on the line at that point, then they wouldn't have raced that hard. They would have saved that until the end.
They want to be in front.
They would have saved it for the end.
They're trying to boat draft. They're trying to make their way up to the front, regardless.
They would have saved that until the end and not wrecked so early. Literally, all but 15 cars were taken out in crashes before the end of the first stage. The first stage.
Or you can look at the Clash that doesn't have stages and the entire field wrecked. So
we're getting to that in a minute. All right.
Even then, you won't let that change without some backlash, some uproar, or whatnot.
The Clash is a tradition. Okay, you don't take a race that's been on Daytona for years, literally almost as long as the Daytona 500 itself, and you're gonna put it on a road course just so that the wrecks don't happen and the fans get happy and like it. Okay, wrecks are supposed.
NASCAR is trying to get a following of new fans. That's the whole point. Is to.
Yeah, but you don't kick away. You don't take away. You don't kick.
And buy tickets and buy merchandise and watch TV broadcasts. That's the whole point. NASCAR's a business. They're not just going to do everything for tradition. They're going to do everything to make money and get a new audience. And if that means
but the thing is, they're not getting new fans, and they're kicking away old fans that liked the sport before, but now don't like it. So actually, it's a net gain of negative.
All the traditions like you have already left. You've conceived that it will never be as good as the great good old days, and you just kind of moved on. They're not coming back.
No, they're not coming back because NASCAR's already driven them away so far that they won't.
Why can't they make more changes to make it more fun for a new, younger audience?
Because no one wants to watch NASCAR anymore. They drive it away so far that not even anybody else will come to them. That's the whole point.
Okay. We done talking about stages.
Stages bad. You think stages are good, but they're actually. I didn't talk about. I didn't talk about.
Serving their purpose.
I didn't talk about the 2018 Daytona 500 yet. Okay. There was literally 2 separate big ones at each of the first stages, which again would not have happened had there not been stages implied. Those would have happened at the end of the race when drivers were actually going for the actual win and for all the points and the trophy and everything. Not for some stage points, because that means more nowadays than actually winning the race itself.
Oh no, the race means more. It just means that there's an added incentive to perform well at the beginning of the race. But it's a little bit less stress on the end of the race, so it's not coming down to the very end all the time. You're rewarding people who are consistent throughout the day. For example, if they dominate the first 2 stages, they're running up in the top 5, they can still collect some points if they crash in the third stage towards the end. Whereas on the old format, they wouldn't get anything. And now, is that fair? No.
Yes, it is, because you know what? You shouldn't be. You can't finish fourth and then lead 100 laps and then get more stage points than the guy who won the damn thing. Okay, that's not how it should work. The winner should get the most points, the most money, the trophy. They should get everything. Okay, because they, at the end of the day, no matter how many laps they led, no matter where they ran all day, they crossed the finish line first, and they are the winner.
They get their 40 points for winning. They get their trophy, they get their burnout, they get their confetti, they get all of the money, and what else? They get the trophy, they get their bye into the playoffs, and they also get the 5 playoff points. And you know how many playoff points are available in the race itself before the end? There are 2. So 5 is more than 2 if I last checked. And I'm assuming that the winner, unless it's like fuel mileage or rain or something like that, which is its own entity, then they're probably going to gain some points on stages too. So really, it's just about being there all day. And usually, that's not going to change anything, and there are a few exceptions.
Which are?
I can't even think of one. There are so few.
Okay, then don't say there are exceptions if you can't think of any.
I'm just saying, it's not 100% perfect, but no format will be. So, it's the best option they have right now. I like it. If they think of something better, we'll see. But right now, I like the format we have.
Anyway,
Chase. Talk about the playoffs.
The playoffs. All right, we'll get to that. All right. The chase, I still call it the chase, okay, because calling it the playoffs is the reason why NASCAR is trying to become a stupid stick and ball sport. What does the MLB call their postseason? The playoffs. What does the NFL call their postseason? The playoffs. What does the NBA call their postseason? The playoffs. And what does NHL call it? The playoffs. NASCAR doesn't need to call it the playoffs because they don't use a stick or a ball. They race 3,000-pound cars around racetracks on Sunday and afternoons and Saturday nights. They don't need to do the same thing as the NHL, the MLB, the NFL, and the NBA. They don't. They have to be different, unique, so that people can go watch them.
You know what the NBA has that NASCAR doesn't? An audience. You know what they have? They have stars. They have an audience. This is what they need right now. NASCAR is trying to find a new audience that will stay there throughout the future. They're trying to make all their changes now, get 2021 set up, and have that be constant for a while, and then they can try and build up a new audience. So, why are you discouraging NASCAR from trying to build a new audience by catering to what the young fans
because
want?
they're copying what they're copying what other sports have done, and it's not working because it's not the same thing as playing basketball or football or hockey.
NASCAR's copied the soccer style format of get points, highest total wins. The format that you praise like a second profit.
Because that's how it should work. The driver that has the most points from consistency throughout the season should win the championship. Not have so that if you can get the most points, you can come in with 0 wins but have all these points. But no, you won't even make the playoffs because you didn't win a race. You know. That's a case in point.
You can get in on points if there's 16 different drivers aren't gonna win. So like you can make it in on points. There's never been some year in this format where you haven't been able to make it in on points.
Well, yeah, because there's not enough good drivers left in the sport to be able to have 16 winners. In 2001, there were 19 different winners. 2011, there were 19 different winners. Now, today, there's only going to be like 4...
How many races do you think Dale Earnhardt would have won? He would have stolen from some others, wouldn't he?
Okay, no, okay. You know what I know? You know what NASCAR is today? It's JGR versus Penske featuring Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott. Okay, that's what it is. Those are the only drivers that are always consistently good and always consistently up front running for the win. And that's what 9 drivers. Okay, throw in maybe a Kurt Busch win or an Austin Dillon win and maybe Kyle Larson win. Yeah, you throw in one of those eventually so that you get some more variety. Okay, but in the end, those are the 9 main drivers that always have a shot to win the race nowadays. where's the fun in that when you're always seeing the same people up front week after week racing? That's for the win. That's not fun. You want variety. You want different drivers.
You are getting variety.
But when 40 drivers enter a race and only 9 have a logistical shot to win in a favorite polls, then where's the fun in that? Huh?
I don't know. March Madness is fun. 68 teams get in, but only like 10 have a legitimate chance to win the tournament.
That's different because you have
March Madness.
Who? Okay, Loyola.
And I'm drinking out of a March Madness cup.
Loyola Chicago, okay, had about the same chance to win. Had about the same chance to make a run at the NCAA tournament like they did as somebody like Austin Dillon or like Matt DiBenedetto making a Final Four run in NASCAR.
That would be like freaking Justin Heath. And yeah, that happened last year. And it was ridiculous.
Okay, so see my point? It happens in basketball, but you don't see drivers like Justin Haley or any of those drivers make any sort of a playoff run because they can't, because they don't have the right equipment and they get underfunded because the same drivers are dominating week after week.
Well, think about it this way. Would they even be able to get out of the first round? No, they didn't. Chris Buescher was the upset in 2016 when he made the playoffs after his win in Pocono. He couldn't even get out because the other drivers were just better. The playoff system is still rewarding the good drivers. The good drivers will still make it to the end of the Final Four. What I forgotten everything that I was going to say. They'll still make it to the end of the season with a shot to win a championship in the Final Four. It's still rewarding the 4 best drivers every year. 2018 for sure. Those are like statistically the best set of 4 drivers at the end of the season ever in the history of the format. Like the big 3 have been dominating the whole time, and then Joey Logano, who had been dominating the entire playoffs. So you're still getting the best driver at the end.
I don't know. Okay.
Why are you paused?
For some reason. Okay. Okay. That's my take, okay? Let's take a look at something. Any NASCAR fan knows who Jeff Gordon is, right? And he's like one of the greatest drivers ever, right? 93 wins, 3 Daytona 500s, 4 championships, but he might have and probably should have won 7 of them. You know why? Because take for example 2004, 2007, and 2014. Those 3 years, he was a dominant, very consistent, and very winning driver. He gets into the chase and gets screwed because some driver like Kurt Busch or Jimmy Johnson or stupid Brad Keselowski come in and ruin his chances at winning a championship because of the stupid chase point system that rounds everybody together instead of rewarding the most consistent driver.
This is not a joke. This is actually, there's someone outside my house who needs to work on our dishwasher. Yeah, it'll be a minute. So you can continue going on a rant to your, continue your tangent. Sorry. Charlie.
Anyway, okay.
Oh, no, you're fine. She's running late.
Alright. Jeff Gordon should have and could have been a 7-time champion had it not been for that stupid-ass chase system. Okay? That ruined his chances because they bunched everyone up together. You know, and you want to reward consistency, we'll let him keep his big points gap that he had over all these other drivers and allow him to, like, run it out for the championship. Let someone else make a run for the championship. Carl Edwards had the same situation happen to him in 2011. He was the most consistent, most dominant driver in the season. The most consistent and the most dominant driver in the point system, alright? But you know what? He didn't win the championship because Tony Stewart was able to get rounded up and have a gap close the gap. So he was able to win 5 out of the last 10 races and be able to win the championship. When really he wasn't even that good throughout the season. So do you want to reward consistency? Well, then you let Carl Edwards or Jeff Gordon keep their points gaps, and let them run, and then let's see if other drivers can catch up to them in the final 10 races instead of giving everyone else a chance to work their way up to the championship standings. Okay, it's completely stupid and it's completely dumb. All right, and there's no way in hell that is a logistical system. But in NASCAR terms, it is, because they have to make it exciting. They have to copy all these other leagues and all these other people, all right, in order to be like them, because they're so great,
I'm back.
And everything. So
sorry about that.
So that's what I gotta say about it.
What can you give me a summary of what you just said? I'm sorry if viewers get to listen to.
I brought up
nonsense the second time.
Brought up an examples of why the chase is bad. Okay, Jeff Gordon should be a 7-time champion, and Carl Edwards should be the 2011 champion. You know why? Because they were the most consistent and they were the most dominant throughout their respective seasons. But they didn't win the championship because the championship standings bunch everybody up together, and they make so they can give a driver who has done jack shit all year have a shot at winning a championship just because he got just enough points to get into the playoffs.
Well, yeah. You a couple minutes ago said that drivers who just got into the playoffs haven't changed. Second of all, you can point to Joey Logano in 2015 as an example of the best driver in that season who didn't win a championship. But that wasn't a result of the format. That was a result of Matt Kenseth being a not nice person. So.
Oh, you want to go about the 2015 season? All right, we'll go. Okay, you want to do that? Because you know what, Joey Logano.
It's not a result of the playoff system. The playoff system. There was no playoff system.
No, that Joey Logano's.
In that season, Joey Logano wouldn't have won either. He was the best driver.
Joey Logano's demise was not because of the playoff system. It was because he benefited from not one, but 2 screw jobs that allowed him to sweep a stage. And then he got the revenge he deserved at Martinsville and could not rebound. So that's why he didn't win the 2015 championship, okay?
Exactly. I'm saying it's not because of the playoff system. So I'm just saying the best driver doesn't win every year. And no system will be perfect. Because even in seasons like that, the point total won't be enough to reward the best driver like that. So, yeah.
Whatever. Let's move on to the track selections, okay? Nowadays, the schedule of NASCAR is dominated by the 1.5 mile intermediate tracks such as Texas, Charlotte, Chicagoland, Kansas, Atlanta, all these tracks, okay? And bear in mind, there are some good tracks that are 1.5 miles. Darlington's really good. Atlanta's really good.
It's not a mile and a half. But
yeah, it is.
Close enough. I mean, close, but not really.
Darlington.
It's nothing like the other 1.5 because it's an egg.
We're going by length, not by shape. Okay?
Well, you can't just. The whole point of if you're arguing with 1.5, they're all together. They're all deep. But Darlington's nothing like the other ones in terms of their racing. So.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Atlanta's pretty good. Darlington's pretty good. Texas is actually pretty good too, I will say.
Not anymore.
Well, it's still better than tracks like Chicagoland, like Kansas, like friggin' Auto Club.
Kansas is going up. Kansas is especially with this new aero package where you gotta fight for every position. Like racing a mile and a half is just getting better at places like Kansas, especially on the short run. So I don't know. Dropping, I would agree with dropping either Chicagoland or Kentucky. Keep one, drop the other.
Okay, Kentucky, and then like Indianapolis is like one of the worst racetracks out there right now. Auto Club is pretty bad. The only reason why it has any excitement to it is because of its rough surface, makes it so tires can't survive. Once they repave it, it's going to become completely irrelevant. All right.
What do you think about MIS?
I think it's okay. It has many more moments than some of these other tracks, like it's shaped like. But
Auto Club is literally just MIS, but not paved. So
Okay, but Michigan's faster, and that makes for better restarts and better. It's not perfect. It's not one of the greats, but it's not horrible. Okay, but you gotta keep at least one of these variety of tracks for like some difference around the schedule. That's what I say.
Alright.
But Chicagoland and Kentucky and all these other tracks, they're just cookie cutter tracks that are completely boring and don't have any excitement to them whatsoever. Okay, and that's why you should bring back
Who's
some.
that? Hi, Cal, get out. I am FaceTiming your butt of somewhere else. Now, I'll leave. I'm on our way home, yeah. Yay! Now, get out, close the door, and this happens every time.
Okay, but anyway, where was I?
You were at how mile and a half tracks are ruining it, and what I think you're going to say next is more short tracks, but...
More short tracks, maybe. Or, yeah, I guess more short tracks. Or more mid tracks between, not very short, but not like 1.5 mile.
Like Dover sort of thing.
Yeah. Because...
Well, that ain't happening. They already took a race away from New Hampshire.
Well, New Hampshire's boring too, okay? Let's be real here. Nobody likes New Hampshire, okay?
I like New Hampshire.
It's had its moments, okay? It used to be...
Okay.
It used to be pretty good.
Not great.
Pocono used to be pretty good as well. It's lost some of its charm. That's usually a pretty boring race as well. But I think they actually did something good with it by making it a double header. That I like. I like the double header, okay? That's one of the new things that I actually enjoy. Well, I'm going to enjoy is the double header, okay? That's going to be good. Alright. But anyway, you got to add more short tracks back in if you want. Because short tracks, one, they're not as fast as the big tracks, so they have less chance of injury, such as Ryan Newman's crash in the Daytona 500.
He's not really hurt. Like, I mean, he's hurt, but he's not like seriously hurt. I mean, he'll heal eventually. He'll soon.
All right, but he'll lower the speeds. It will provide some very close and packed racing without the high speeds, okay?
I don't think that's how it works.
Case in point, Bristol and Martinsville, okay, you add more tracks like that, and boom, you got some really nice, close, high-action packed racing, okay? And it brings back more of a hometown feel to the fans that give them more unique feel to the sport that it had back in the day, okay?
But the back of the day fans aren't around anymore and wouldn't appreciate it.
Oh, you got one of them sitting right here, okay? I'd love to see more short tracks and less of this.
You're one of the 4 fans who has stuck through it.
Yeah, there's more than 4 fans, okay? Just check out the...
I was rounding. Sorry.
Check out the YouTube comments section. There's way more than what you think, okay? But anyway, okay, so you gotta add more of those. And I am a fan of the road courses. I am a fan of the plate racetracks, okay? With the road courses, though, you can't have too many of them. Like, maybe 3 or 4 road course races a year. Right now they have 3, and I think that's a good. Maybe add one more to the schedule.
Adding one, and you were like, no.
We're getting to that, okay? You don't add a road course as an exhibition race, okay? You add it as a points race. Alright? And I think like 3 or 4 road courses a year is a good thing, okay? And then the 4 plate races they have a year, along with the exhibition race at the beginning of the year, I think that's good, okay? And I think having some mile-and-a-half tracks, like, spread out, I think that's a good thing. You gotta have some mile-and-a-half track, because they do have their exciting moments, and they do have their challenges. But you can't have basically everything outside of a few of these other races a year be mile-and-a-half racetracks. It can't be the definition of NASCAR, because it ain't working, alright? There's too many long-stretch, boring fuel mileage races that mean literally almost nothing, okay?
First of all, stages will help with that. Second of all, there are only, 3 short tracks on the circuit right now. They each have 2 races, right? Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, am I not mistaken?
Yep.
Yes, that's what I thought. What do you add? What You can't give it. You're not going to give any of them a third race.
Because
what tracks would you add?
all right. Here, let me give you some statistics then. Okay, there are 6 short track races, 4 plate races, and 3 road course races a year. That means there's 23.5-mile tracks a year.
That's not how it works. There's 2 from Dover. There's 1 from New Hampshire. There's 2
mile to mile and a half.
There's an MIS race. There's an auto club race, and
Okay. Intermediate tracks, which is 1 mile to 2 miles without the plates. Okay, so a case in point, Indy, Auto Club, Michigan, those.
Indy's 2.5. Pocono's more than 2.
Okay, I'm basically saying I'm combining all the tracks that are not plate tracks, road courses, or short tracks, okay? Because they basically all do the same thing. They're just different sizes and different shapes, but they all do the same thing, okay? So you have 23 of those a year, versus 13 of the other kind. Balance it out. Shorten some of the tracks to 1 race a year. They've already done it for Texas. Well, no, wait, they didn't do it yet. They might do it for Texas. They did it for New Hampshire, which is a good thing. Okay, Chicagoland only has 1 race. That's a good thing. You either take that one out or you take the 1 Kentucky race out. You get rid of Indianapolis completely. Okay.
What if you converted it to the road course?
We'll see how the Xfinity race goes for that. Okay, maybe, but you take that out. Maybe what's another boring one? And not Atlanta. Atlanta used to have 2. They took that away. Darlington used to have 2. They took that away. What's another one that has 2? Pocono with the double header, so they could still run 2, but it's not taking up as much time in the season. I think that's a good idea. Okay. But maybe you take away like a Phoenix race, because Phoenix is pretty freaking boring. We can all agree on that.
They're not going to do that. Phoenix has spent a small fortune renovating there.
Yeah, what a waste that was, huh? Because what a waste that was, huh? I say keep it. If they're going to take away 1, don't take away the championship race, because that's kind of stupid. But take away the other race that they have.
The March one?
Yeah. Take away. I don't know. Okay, but what's another?
What they replace them with? You're just gonna do more tracks that are on the circuit and
no,
and more races, or are you gonna try and put new short tracks?
No, you're gonna put. All right, you want to know a non-short track that I want them to put on the schedule again? Rockingham. That thing's a 1-mile racetrack that was legendary, all right? And they brought in great crowds. They had great races, okay? And it's still a mile racetrack to go along with it. You don't even have to have 2 races a year like they did until 2003. Bring just maybe 1 race back. It would be amazing. There would be great racing, packed stands. It would be awesome, okay? And in case in point, maybe you add in maybe another short track in some smaller town that usually doesn't have a lot. Okay, for maybe 1 race a year. Maybe do another mile racetrack. Or maybe you do another half-mile racetrack or something. Or maybe you just, I don't know, shorten the season. I don't know. Because
I think Rockingham, is it even suitable for a NASCAR race anymore? Is there the...
Well, they would have to, bring it back, revitalize it. But they could. It's not going to get torn down. It's not in that horrible a shape. I mean, they ran a truck race there 7 years ago, so, I mean...
You also want to run a short track at our local short track. You want to run a truck race at our local short track.
I do. I want to see how it goes. Okay, I want to see something on a quarter mile, because they haven't ran a quarter mile track since 1971. Because with the modern era,
there's a reason for that.
They had to take away all the dirt tracks and tracks that were under a half a mile. In the top series, of course, still got Eldora for the truck series, but I'd love to see a cup race at Eldora. But I don't think a dirt race on it with the cup cars currently as they stand would be a good idea. So they'd either have to change the cars specifically for that race, change the cars completely, or just not run like they are right now. Um, I don't know. Maybe yeah, and then you add maybe another road course race in there too. Talk about Circuit of the Americas. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you go Belle Isle. I don't know Belle Isle. That would be a great way to have the specific tire strategy that IndyCar does when they go to Belle Isle. Because when the IndyCar race cars go to Belle Isle, I don't know if this is for any other road course, but when they go to Belle Isle, they have hard tires and they have soft tires. Soft tires have more grip but don't last as long. The hard tires last longer but don't have as much grip. That brings in just a whole new case in point strategy. And
I feel like if NASCAR did that, you'd call it a gimmick and dismiss it.
Yeah, I really don't want that.
They promote that as their original idea. Like,
Okay.
you know the option tire in that one All-Star race that everyone hated?
Yeah. I didn't say do it, but like maybe go to Belle Isle. I don't know, or go to like another street race in like a new state. Maybe go out of the country. You know, go to Canada, go to Mexico, go to somewhere. I don't know.
I don't think we need more short tracks. I'm gonna say that we don't need more short tracks. We don't. I'm just saying you can make some minor changes. You don't need to mess with too much. Like, you don't need to put a bunch of dead tracks back on the schedule.
Dead tracks?
For nostalgia's sake.
Dead tracks? Okay. Yeah.
Tracks that you don't need to revive a bunch of tracks and put them back in NASCAR.
I only said revive Rocket Camp. I didn't say revive any other ones.
Remember that one video we had to make on the one schedule?
Yep.
What? Okay. Jackson just showed up at my door. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh crap, he's gonna get in. Okay, we can have him, I guess. So this has turned into more of a negotiation video. It's more of a debate. I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon because we're at the 42-minute 30-second mark. So that's great. But anyway, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up here. We're gonna talk about the drivers, and we're gonna talk about the fan support. And we're gonna call it quits. Okay.
Well, guess what? We have a third opinion.
Okay.
Alright, just a second. In the middle of the video, it's Tyler's. I guess you get to do it in the second half.
Second half?
Helen, you get to go upstairs.
Hi, Tyler.
We're almost an hour in. We're not going to be doing this much longer.
I know.
I only have a couple more things for us to debate about.
Alright, so Tyler is a traditionalist, and I am a not traditionalist. What do you mean by traditionalist? As in he hates anything changing, specifically NASCAR. Okay, you're going to have to be more specific. Like, right now, he likes the old system of doing things and doesn't like... You know, it's changed so much. What do you mean, what's old? Like, original, like, just points? Yeah, we already discussed this point. Right now we're talking about what we should do for the schedule, whether we should go back to old tracks, or we just try and go to new tracks, or if we just... My philosophy is that we should go to as many places as possible. Not races, places. I feel like every track should have one race, okay? And that doesn't, and I'm fine with, like, you know, a roval race and you know, just regular Charlotte race. But we should have just one Michigan race, one Pocono race, one Daytona race, okay? Even that. But I'm okay with having, like, a Daytona oval race and a Daytona road course race, or Indianapolis race and an Indianapolis road course race, or that. I'm okay with that. But Yeah, I think it would make everything more. It made the sport more profitable. But you go to new markets that you haven't been to before. Yes, like New York City. We haven't even touched the Pacific Northwest. Like, at all.
Yeah, we have.
Or like, no, we haven't.
Sonoma is in the north part of California.
That's not the Northwest.
It's north and it's west. What else do you need?
It's the West, but it's not. Northwest is Oregon, Washington, Montana, Utah, Idaho. Yeah, Idaho.
Okay, but the problem is they don't have any tracks up there. That's the way.
There are tracks in Oregon and Washington.
Yeah, quarter miles, and Brian doesn't want to go to a quarter mile.
Okay, you go everywhere, but like there's so many directions you can go. If you're just like put a track for every area, you can go to Gateway. You could go. There was talk about New York City, like just like a street race. A street race in New York City. There was talk about that. So anything can happen. You know, I honestly think that, you know, I guess I'm in the middle of you guys, because I like the old stuff. Okay, sure. But I actually like the playoffs. I like stage racing.
Do you? Because it's the playoffs. It's the
single person.
It's the playoffs' fault that your driver got screwed out of not one, not two, but 3 championships, and cost him.
Let's be real. Let's be real, okay? Only 2 of those. One of those, okay, 2016, he didn't have a chance at all. Okay, come on. 2017, yes, I agree, he got screwed. 2018.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I mean, not 2018. Last year, he made no mistakes last year. He was just beaten. And last year...
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about how Jeff Gordon screwed up. Oh, I thought you were talking about Kyle Larson. 2007 and 2014. 2004 didn't screwed off. Kurt Busch ran better than him.
Yeah, but Kurt Busch had no chance to win the championship without being rounded up into you know, the top 10, you know.
I'm honestly okay with the chase or playoffs or whatever, you know, but I think the point is that you guys argue too much and I need to be in the middle of this. So I'm going to agree with him that that the playoffs is good and that stage racing is good, okay? But I'm also going to agree with you that NASCAR does need to go back to its roots. NASCAR's already scared off the roots. They scared off the Nashville Fairgrounds, okay? They can fix Rockingham. We need someone to come back and just say, all right, we're going to...
Rockingham wants to come back.
Yeah.
NASCAR won't let them, but they want to come back. They have the facility right. They're cleaning the facility up. They're trying to get it back.
That's North Wilkesboro, ding-dong.
No, North Wilkesboro's been left for dead. Nobody wants to go there anymore.
Dale Jr.'s cleaning it up. If you didn't know that by now.
Well, they got the entire city of Rockingham trying to clean up Rockingham right now. They're pulling weeds. They're trying to get it ready to be repaved. They're doing facility checks and everything.
Eldora's pretty much... I feel like we don't need any more road corridors. Did you hear that they added... Yes, that's what I was referring to. I think we're good on road courses because currently we've got, not, you know, total, okay, we've got, this is including Xfinity and Truck, we've got Watkins Glen, Sonoma, Charlotte Roval, now the Daytona road course.
Which is stupid.
And you still have That's not stupid, it's great.
It's not great. It's the Clash. They took away the Clash.
Is that its new name now? We have 8 road courses. And there's definitely a chance that Circuit of the Americas is going on. And Circuit of the Americas is possible. Okay?
Road courses should not be exhibition races. I would be fine if it was a points race, but not an exhibition race.
But I think what they're saying is that instead of a bunch of chaos, we actually show real skill. Because in order to
you want real skill? That's what the points races are for. The exhibition races are for money. That's all they are for. They're supposed to be chaos.
They're rewarding the most skilled drivers, Tyler.
They're rewarding drivers that can run the best 2 laps in this.
They're also trying to avoid the wreck fest that was the past 2 collapses.
But those were good.
Okay, then what?
Those were good. They're better than some of these caution-free not wreck fests, caution-free.
They need to make the Clash like they need to go back and just have only pole sitters. Okay, only pole sitters and past winners of this race. They shouldn't have Daytona 500 winners. Actually, that wouldn't really make much. They shouldn't have playoff drivers. It just like they're just kind of making the Clash is supposed to be more exclusive than the All-Star race, but it's the same drivers. There are more drivers in the Clash.
Because they can't get new drivers for each race. I told Brian this. NASCAR is basically JGR versus Penske featuring Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott. That's what it's become.
So does Alex Bowman just not exist? Nor does Kurt Busch
No, sometimes there's special episodes.
Doesn't exist. All right.
No, sometimes there's some. You guys didn't let me finish.
They're not there. I'm talking about last week specifically. Okay, Alex Bowman dominated. No one touched him at all except for maybe Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, and it was a boring race. Who wants to watch a boring race with only one driver winning? I don't care who was the winner. It's still a boring race.
But yet you hate stages that make things more exciting.
They don't make it more exciting. They force it. They force the excitement. They have to have it come naturally. They can't force it. It's like taking a poo, for God's sakes.
No, I get what he's saying. But that was disgusting. But look, all right. I think the biggest issue came with Brian France. All right, let's be real.
Okay, yes, that dude needs to go. He needs to leave. He is gone.
You know who we need? We need Mike Helton back. He stepped down because I get he's getting old, but he was awesome. Everyone loved Mike Helton. That's not just a problem with NASCAR though. Like, you look at the New York Knicks. James Dolan is a horrible owner.
Yeah, look at the Knicks right now. They're absolute garbage.
They're like the worst team in basketball. So they're bad owners in every sport. What about the Warriors? Okay, yeah, they're very bad. Like, they might be. I think our last place in the Eastern Conference is something like that. Who's good besides the Raptors? Obviously, the Raptors aren't any good. Oh yeah, that's why. Who's good? The Heat.
Okay, Brian, I'm gonna wrap it up. My phone's about to die.
What? Your phone's about to die?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll call back in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Who won? Who won that debate? Do you side with the traditionalists or do you side with the recency people? I want to know down and below. I'm also gonna put a poll in. Don't know where it's gonna go, but I'll put it in. So yeah, bye guys. See ya. Goodbye.